I spoke earlier today with a guy named Mark Thierman. He's the Reno attorney heading up the class action lawsuit for PUA claimants against DETR. He says that there has been a setback, unfortunately, but he is not giving up.
We're back to where we were about approximately a month ago. Yes, I know people are suffering an extra month. I apologize to them.
Attorney Mark Thierman says he's beyond frustrated. After taking his case to the Nevada 2nd Judicial District and also the state Supreme Court, his class action lawsuit against DETR on behalf of unpaid PUA claimants went to mediation. But now he says court-ordered mediation to find ways to expedite DETR's adjudication process went nowhere.
They keep wanting to do things step by step by step, and that's not what's in the regulations. The regulations say you cannot automatically deny benefits.
Matt Sugimura says he actually got back pay, but received a redetermination letter saying he had no income in 2019, even though he provided documentation to show otherwise. He's now filing an appeal, but says he can't get through for an update.
I actually tried calling adjudication last night, and I was on hold for over 5 hours, and I finally just hung up. I literally just carried my phone with me everywhere.
Not encouraging for the more than 11,000 new gig workers who filed for PUA benefits during the week ending September 26th, on top of the nearly 96,000 continued claims. As of several weeks ago, DETR identified 26,000 PUA claims needing intervention. 5,400 have been adjudicated, but Thierman says it's not happening fast enough.
Who can go 288 days without a paycheck? Additional days. We're 8 months into this thing.
Well, Marie, COVID-19 has infected around 82,000 Nevadans, and over 1,600 of them have died. Now, doctors say they've learned a lot about coronavirus over the past few months dealing in this pandemic, but they're still trying to crack the mystery on exactly how the virus is wreaking havoc on some bodies.
The only thought that came into my head during that time was, this has got to be what it feels like drowning. Like if you have a fish that's out of water and you see them gasping for air, like.
Same virus.
I had no symptoms. All I had was slight fever.
Different experiences. As COVID-19 continues to spread, it's seemingly infecting everyone differently. Many, like 11-year-old Madison Reed, have mild symptoms and recover at home.
Her cough waned back. It wasn't like heavy anymore. It wasn't as frequent.
But others, like David Gottlieb, spend weeks at the hospital.
How would I describe it? It would be like having a really severe flu or cold and then trying to go out and run a mile and how you'd feel afterwards.
And some are asymptomatic. But perhaps no story of COVID's unpredictability is as cruel as couple Lillian and Jerry Mendels. Lillian was able to recover quickly, but lost her husband Jerry to coronavirus.
He was a wonderful man. Yeah, retired pharmacist, but a caring, loving person.
But the question remains, why?
With any disease, you're going to see a range of symptoms, and it's based on your underlying genetics, your immune system, and all of your risk factors put together.
But Dr. Brian Labus with UNLV admits researchers don't have all the answers.
We're still trying to figure out how it causes damage in the body. That's still one of the challenges, really understanding exactly what it does once it infects you.
All the reasons survivors beg you to heed this message. Take precautions and don't underestimate this invisible foe.
I do not know how I got it. My husband had it as well. And you don't know who's going to get it. You don't know if you're going to get a mild case or if you're going to end up on a ventilator. It's like we just cannot take anything for granted.
That's right. Good evening, everybody. The big news for Democrats, the nominee himself will be here.
Mr. Vice President, welcome to Nevada.
Yeah, I'm not sure where Mike Pence has been the last 4 years, but how he describes what's happened in our country is very different than what the facts show.
Ivana Kinsella is a Biden surrogate. More excited about tomorrow. The campaign says former Vice President Joe Biden will be here Friday. It will be his first visit here since caucus night back in February.
It's an opportunity for Nevadans and certainly for the campaign to continue hearing from Joe Biden about his vision.
Earlier this week in Gettysburg, Biden talked about healing the country. Expect to hear that tomorrow. And expect to hear what is issue number one, the Biden plan to curb COVID-19 and rescue an economy trying to get out of a coma. Nothing is more important for tourism-dependent Southern Nevada, says the head of the state Democratic Party.
There is no getting back on track without addressing this virus, getting a vaccine, and getting our people back to work.
Nevada polls show Joe Biden leading. The most recent one has him up by 6. But both campaigns suspect the race here could tighten. Watching carefully is UNLV's Michael Green.
But I'm also well aware that both sides are saying essentially leave nothing on the field.
Both campaigns are mounting local get-out-the-vote efforts, although Team Trump says it has been at it longer. Biden to win here will need help from a crucial voting bloc, Latinos.
Por lo menos puedo votar por Biden ahorita.
This week, Biden released ads targeting the Latino community. They've also been wooed by the president, who held a Latino roundtable here September 13th. Team Biden says it's confident Trump will not make significant inroads.
They know that Donald Trump has mishandled the pandemic and left Latinos adversely affected by COVID-19.
Part of the debate as Nevada gets poised to vote.